I prefer magazines over books because I just cannot spend that much time reading a book. It takes just too much time. And a magazine, well, you can read it on the toilet, you can read it on the train, you can read it in the car if you have to wait for somebody. It's much more nicer. Time passes by and you don't have to invest that much time like for example if you would have to read a whole book.
Do I prefer books or magazines? I'll say magazines, because I don't like to read for too long. I actually don't read for too long. So I prefer short articles or something interesting that would finish quickly. I don't like to read for too long. I know that's a bad habit. I gotta work on it, but I prefer magazines.
I read a lot of books. Magazines are very pretty and they look nice on the shelves, but I almost never look through them. I'm not interested in the advertising. But give me a good book and I can read it for hours and hours.
I think books are really nicer to read, but at present I read most the books from my major area. And as about magazines, so most of the time I don't read magazines. I just take them and scan them while checking out the pictures and what is the major topics out of it. But about reading, I think it's a little bit too shallow.
I prefer both. Actually, I like both. But then, if I were to choose, I would choose magazines because they're more easier, and books are, honestly, they're boring. I fall asleep all the time. They say that magazines are not good for your imagination, so it's really good to read books more when you're a child. But I don't think that's quite necessarily true because magazines also provide a good pictures and colors, and I think it's more better for imagination.
What do I prefer between books or magazines? I'm more into magazines because they're interesting and easy to follow. Books, they're good, but you have to go to like a deeper level to it, and sometimes it's boring for me.